Hey guys, I'm back with another tutorial. This time I thought I would show you how I paint a portrait from a photograph, so let's do it. Okay, before I get started I just want to show you the photograph I'll be using for this demonstration. This is a commissioned piece. It's going to be this pretty young girl's Sweet 16. And the parents have asked me to paint a portrait of her using a professional photograph that they got taken by a local photographer. This is that image right here. I've printed that out. So because I'm going to be using his photograph for this painting, it's important that I crop it enough just so I can make it my own composition and all that. I don't want to get into copyright issues with this one. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the photograph at the top directly above my canvas. As you can see, the photograph is more or less the same scale as the canvas. So before we begin, we need to make sure the paint is pretty diluted with some water. This is acrylic paint. So there we go. So we find the centre line, which will be about here. Just draw that in quick, like that. There you go. And now you see the head is about here. It's about what, a tenth from the top. So it's going to be about here. There's the head, top of the head. And then bottom of the chin is about a third of the page down. So you come a third of the way down your canvas, which would be about here. So the bottom of the chin would be here. Okay, and then you want to come down chest region, which would be the centre mark of the page. So centre of the canvas. There's the centre line there. Come down to her waist, which would be about here. Can you see the waist? So that's about what, a fifth? 1/5 of that page, so 1/5 of the canvas, so there you go. That's where waist is. Maybe marking a bit where the skirt will go. Comes all the way across. Now you want to put in some diagonal lines for the arms. As you can see, they're like this. If you take your brush, and so it's in that kind of, you see it? There it is. And it would start about here. So just go like that. There you go. Maybe a little bit more slanted than that, I think. But yeah, what it really is, it's really about training your eye to see, you know, basically to see which way the lines go and all that. And okay, so now we want to find the shoulders. Okay, the neck's going to be about there. So again, it's just more or less a third of the page. More or less a third of the way down, rather. So, put some lines for the neck. That's the hair. Okay, so the arm's going to be brought down a little bit, like this. Yeah, don't worry about all these marks that I make. Yeah, I mean, some of these are going to be wrong, some of them are going to be right, but this is why I usually map them out lightly first, like this. Once I've got the basic layout down, then I'll go in with a darker line, you know, maybe a darker blue. Go back in, refine everything, get it more or less spot on, and then I'll go in and start blocking in some colours. So okay, it's really just a matter of calculating, keep stepping back, make sure everything, you know. Yeah, sometimes it can go quickly, and sometimes it can be a right pain in the butt, if I'm honest. It can take a while. But, you know, if you get yourself in that mindset, it will come pretty quick. So anyway, here's the forearm. So as you see, the bottom of the forearm would start about what, one? Let's do that. That's about 1, 2, about 3.5. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's about. So yeah, about here, roughly there. But later on, just keep stepping back and use your eyes to see if it matches and all that. tip when you paint from a photograph is just try and make the photograph more or less a similar scale, the same scale as the canvas or page that you're working on. You know, this is just a rough, it's roughly about the same sort of scale. You know, obviously I'm painting on a larger scale than the photograph. I know in colleges nowadays, I mean, they never did with my day, they use a grid system, you know, where they draw the squares on the page and then they'll draw them out on the canvas, you know, larger squares, the same scale as the photograph, and they'll draw within the squares. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I'm not a fan of that because that's a crutch, you know, a handicap. I don't like to rely on aids, you know, rulers, things like that. You know, and also they just slow you down if you're using grids. Okay, so here we go, I'm mopping out the, you see so the hand would start here at the side of the waist. So what you do is go up. So that's about that's about a fourth of the canvas, the width. So we mark out 4, there we've got there's the half. So yeah, be about there, almost spot on. So the hand would go here, and then you see the elbow here would be about what, almost halfway up. So that's about almost halfway up. Go like that. There you go. And back up to the shoulder. So the neck's going to be here, so it swings around here like that. Okay. Top of the dress would be what, about here. Side of the face, there. Okay. Paint's starting to dry out a bit, so I need a bit more water. That paint diluted. Okay, ready to go again. So you go like this. Yeah, keep stepping back just to make sure it's all, you know, all working out. So there's the top of the forearm here, comes down here, there's the hand, flicks up here like that. The fingers end here. So line up the fingers, there's the end of the fingers, they'll go up to almost, we haven't put the eye in yet, so we'll have to go off the chin. So it comes off the side of the face, so it'll be like here. Yeah, about there, it's not too bad. So, there you go, there's the hand, more or less the shape of the hand. We don't hand the arms like that. Yeah. Okay, so let's put in the side of the torso here. Kind of like that. Okay, so put in some of the hair. Okay, so I've more or less got the basic sketchy draft down. I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to go in with a darker blue and tweak some of these lines up. So I'm going with a darker blue. This stage we want to really get the hair. So if this is going to be the top of her head, come down here like this, the neck line, see the neck, and start about here. But yeah, what you're doing is you're measuring with your eye at this, well I am at this stage. I can see that this thickness of the hair is almost the thickness of, say, I don't know, a chin from a neck. So we've already marked in where the neck is, so that from there to here, so the hair is going to be more or less the same, but it's a little bit wider, the hair, so it'll be about here. I'm not sure if that makes sense, sorry about that. So yeah, that's the hair, like that. Okay. Yeah, I just like to get her hair in for now, and then we'll go off these these lines, you know, the hair lines for the rest of the picture when we're. But yeah, I mean, very rarely are you going to be able to draw spot on right away. You've got to start off kind of. You've got to give yourself some room to tweak areas. Like for instance, I always try to draft out smaller than what the end result's going to. For instance, I've left myself enough room because you can see the head right now looks too small in the picture, so that's fine. Here we go. I'll go up with the top of the head, bring that up a little bit more. As long as I've got enough room at the top for a crown, you see. There you go. Put a crown in there. Okay, the hairline starts on the opposite, on this side where a crown would be. That shouldn't be here. That's okay. We'll paint that out later on. Put in a darker blue for this bit. So yeah, right now I'm going to try and get the basic shape of a face in before I do anything else. So, okay, there we go. You just need to concentrate. Yeah, I'm finding it very hard to concentrate and talk at the same time, so please bear with me. I'll get it. Okay, so chin will come back here. But yeah, I mean, at this point I could paint it up pretty quick, get it finished, and it'd look like her, but, you know, I always try to put in my best, so I'm trying to get it as proportionate as I can. So, and I think we should, you know, anyway, here we go. So I'm going to put in, okay, so this will come down here. Okay, I'll draw in the top of the shoulder, here. Kind of like that. Get the blue a little bit darker, so you can see where it is. But yeah, don't be afraid to paint, you know, like this, put all these lines on. You're going to paint, you're going to paint over them anyway, you know. This is the same technique I use when I'm using pencil. I'll sketch a load of lines down and mark them all out, and then I'll go in and refine everything, you know. Don't be afraid of it not looking perfect. I mean, you've got to be some sort of prodigy to be able to just draw straight on. Don't get me wrong, artists can do it. I mean, I can do it every now and again when I'm in a zone, but, you know, this is the first portrait painting I've painted in a while. But, you know, it's like riding a bike really. Once you know, once you've done it enough times, it sticks. Pass some fingers. You have to be spot on, yeah. so I'm measuring where the hand would be. So the top of a finger here would be in line with the top of a finger here. So there's a hand. There you go. Okay, that's not too bad. Actually, I think I'll mark out this line here. So torso, make it a bit more prominent. Come back here. Yeah, I'm about ready now to block in some colours, just so we can separate the right lines and, you know, get rid of some of the bad lines. So yeah, at this point I'm ready to block in some colours, just so we can separate the wrong lines from the right lines, as it were, I guess. So yeah, let's do it. So yeah, at this point I'd like to mark out where the, you know, her skin tones are. I mean, at this point I'd like to mark in her face, her arms, you know, everything with skin. This colour I'm using, this will change. Right now I'm not bothered about colour, I'm just drafting it out. Once I'm happy with the draft, the sketch, then I will fine tune the colours and work out that. Okay. Yeah, at this point I'm just painting out some of the right lines, some of the wrong lines, you know. See, right now I've already realised that the neck was too wide. That's fine. So I'll stop about here. Bring chest over here like that. The hair would be about here. All the time at this point I'm looking at the picture, in the photograph I'm using, my own picture. At this point I'm looking more at the photograph than I am at my canvas. It's all about eye, really. Just keep using your eyes, looking back and forth just to make sure. Right now I know this, the chest there needs to come down a bit more. Just because I'm looking. Just keep looking up and down at the photograph, your reference photograph. See, a lot of artists, they'll get to this point and they'll stop looking at their reference picture. They give it a glance, then they'll come down here and spend 20 seconds. You've got to be looking at the reference picture more than the painting, believe it or not. That's my secret anyway. I mean, it's not really a secret, but I mean, that's what I do. And I haven't always painted like that. When I was at college, you know, I used to be always looking at my drawing more than the reference picture, and I'd get into all kinds of problems. It wasn't until the teacher pointed that out to me. You know, it just comes with self-discipline over time, practice and all that. Okay, so I'll be right here. Yeah, please excuse my cough if I sound a bit croaky. I'm trying to get sick or something. It's this weather, goes from hot to cold. Anyway, back to the painting. So there's the hand, finger. Yeah, I'm just quickly blocking these colours in, you know. Yeah, that's not too bad for now. Actually, I think I'm painting her arm a little more because it is wider than this. I'll put the lines there already. So. Armpit there, bit back there. not too bad for now. Actually, I think I'll bring in, yeah, it's a little bit, yeah, I'm not sure what you call that, is that the tricep, bottom of the shoulder? Okay, so I think I'll put in a bit of background now because I know here that the hair is too wide at this point, so I need to paint that out. So with a bit of green. I'm not sure if I'll use this green in the final painting, but right now I just need something to, for now, just to get rid of these wrong lines here. Okay, so I'll come down here. Top of her hair is about here. I mean the top of the hair at this point, not the top of her head. Okay. That's not too bad. I can work off that. Put in a bit more here, just for fun. Okay, get rid of these lines here. Okay, the hair comes around. Green here. Yeah, I think the side of the torso here, along under the armpit, needs to be a little bit wider. So. Yeah, her thumb needs to be more back here, I've just noticed. So, yeah, what you're doing, you just correct it. I mean, this is really the fun stage, really, because you just, calculating everything. It's good fun. And the more you do this, the quicker you get. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, really, I mean, if you're going to do this professionally, speed is something you're going to want to work on, but you don't want to be spending all week, 2 weeks, a month on one painting, because then you're going to be pressured then into selling that painting for, I don't know, a couple of $1,000 at least, just to be able to pay your bills and all that. Yeah, if you can do these pretty quick, then you're not under as much pressure as an artist that takes, a lot longer. But yeah, if you can do this in a day, you're on your way. But never sacrifice your best work for speed. So at this point, if you're a newbie, don't stress too much about speed. Just keep practicing your craft. Speed just comes over time. Okay, I'm going to block out this area here. I'm going to speed up the video a little bit because I know it's going to be tedious. Okay, I'm just blocking all the background here so we can get more of a definition of her arm. Okay, that's not too bad. Right, so yeah, it's coming together now. At this point, I think I'm ready to block in the colours, especially her hair. I need to get that sorted out, and then it's just a matter of fine-tuning everything. The basic draft's down. Looks pretty in proportion and all that. So yeah, I'll speed this video up now and I'll be back to you in just a sec. I'm just going to block in the colours. Let's go. Oh, I should say at this point, I never put the features, well sometimes I do, I shouldn't ever say never, but at this point, I'm just drafting you out. If you think the face, well I believe the face is the same shape and the same, it's in proportion as the reference picture, there's no need to go in with the features just yet. Just work on the body area, the hair, and then save the face for last. That's what I do. I mean, a lot of artists, they'll go in with the face first, they'll start with the eye. That's going to throw everything off later. Yeah, if you're going to paint in the eyes first, then the nose and the mouth, you're going to, well me personally, when I used to work like that when I was a lot younger, in my teens, when I draw a portrait, I would start with the eyes, then I'd go down to the nose, then I'd go to the mouth, and then I'd have to work in the chin. Always, nearly 99% of the time, the face would seem a lot wider. The face would look fat. So this is why I work like this. I make sure I get the side of the face, the outline of the face right before going with the features. I just find it a lot easier like that. That's just the way I work. Everybody's different. You develop your techniques and as you grow as an artist. And that's it. I just wanted to point that one out, just in case anybody's wondering why I haven't sketched in the features yet. Okay, so for now I've just darkened in her hair. This will change as the painting goes on. For now I just wanted to have something to work from. Okay, I got to this point and I feel like I need to put in her crown, just so I can make sure this area here is correct, and then I'll go off this for the rest of the portrait, to the shoulder area. Okay, so that's just painting the crown. It's just so I get an idea of how the hairline here is going to fall. Right now it's hard for me to visualise it, because, okay, so the crown will be right here. Something around there like that. This part here. See, at this point I know now that the head or her hair here needs to be a bit wider, so the hair will fall here. Again, you just got to keep looking at your reference picture, keep looking back. That's really the key. Just keep looking at your photograph, your reference picture, making sure everything, in proportion and all that. Keep standing back, keep taking a few steps back away from your painting. Yeah, I'm just loosely sketching in a crown, something to go from, something to work off for now, Okay, so I'll put in a bit more hair underneath the crown here. Yeah, it's looking a lot better now. And marking her ear. That ear would fall about here. Yeah, about there. That's good. Yeah, marking the other one here. Obviously it's going to be in line. The face is head on straight, so it's on the rear. About there. Yeah, that's good for now. So yeah, I think for this demonstration I will block in or mark in some of the features now, because just so you can see how it all comes together, you know. So, but again, at this point, I'm not too fussed about getting the colours right. I'm just still drafting her out, making sure it's all in proportion, and then I'll think about colours later. So with a light flesh tone for a forehead. So here we go. I'm drawing out a hairline. As you can see, so now I have the crown in, it's a lot easier for me to work from. So see this point here before it goes would line up with this part of the crown. So this needs to be a little bit further over. That's okay. So it's going to be about here. But yeah, good tip. If you want to make sure the line is the right, what would you call it, gradient, slant. It's marked like this, so it'll be about that. So yeah, come about here, like that, and then this part here fall down like that. There's the top of the cheek there. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so her eyebrows would be what, here? Okay, well, they would fall here. Just still painting in her forehead. Okay. Okay. This part of her hair, yeah, I think that's not, yeah, that's about right. Maybe bring it out a little bit more. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'm just quickly mapping out where her features would be. So the bottom of her nose, if you see on the reference picture, it falls in line with the ears, the bottom of the ears, so there's that line. Now with a darker tone of paint, mapping the, mark out the side of the nose. So it's all in, this side of the nose is in line with the top of that crown there. So come out here. You know, you don't need to go too heavy with the tones of the colour at this point. Go in light, because very rarely they're going to be correct the first time you attempt it. So that's the bottom. But yeah, I'm always tweaking these things. Anyway, so there's the eyebrow. Mapping where the mouth would be, bottom of the lip would be right here. Just marking our cheeks. Now with a finer brush, I'm going to go in and define some of these features a bit more. So, okay, an eyebrow would be here, curves around. would stop here, you see. Could do with being a little bit higher, maybe. So, just bring it up a bit. You know, at this point, we're still sketching. Okay, so there's the other eyebrow. See, this is, it's more or less in line with this one, just slightly raised, just a touch. It's important that you get these, the features, especially the eyes, as close to as close as possible. You need to get as accurate as you can. Yeah, when I'm doing portraits, it's all about the eyes. If you get the eyes right, then it's going to look like the subject. But yeah, right now I'm just loosely sketching in the eyes. Yeah, at this point, you don't need to worry about accuracy. Just make sure that it's roughly drafted out, it's roughly in proportion before you go in later and fine tune everything. But yeah, that's not too bad. I think the eyes need to be a little bit bigger, especially around the eyelids. So bring these out a little bit. Okay. So get rid of that mole here. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'll mark out where nostrils would be. So what about here? Stepping back, actually this looks like this should be a little bit lower. Maybe another one here. Okay. Top of the mouth. So, corner of the mouth, you see it's directly through the centre of the eye, so there you go. Right. Bottom lip here. Marking her chin stops about here. Putting a pretty hard line for this for now, and then soften it up later. Yeah, right now we're just sketching it out. Yeah, right now we're just sketching it out. I know it's not perfect. But yeah, something to go off. Okay, let's put in some nostrils here. Maybe the corners of her nose. Okay, looking at it, I think her mouth is about right. It seems that's where it should be. The jawline needs to be dropped down a bit more, so there's a lighter paint. Some flesh tone I'm going to use. I'm going to bring the jaw down a bit more. It's not too bad for now. Actually, I think I'll bring this side of it. Yeah, it needs to come a little bit further over here. Yeah, the face needs to be a little wider. Chin needs to be dropped down a little bit. Yeah, that's not too bad. I know it doesn't look like it yet, but it's getting there. Now I'm going to block in some more colours. I'm going to go in now with I want to define the lighter areas, so I'm going to go in with a light flesh tone. So, okay, so I'm going to block in the light areas. So the top of the eyebrow here. Okay. See, at the same time you're doing this, you're also refining it. So cheek, go right there. Again, I'm not going to stick with these colours, I don't think. I'm still drafting her out. Okay, so I'm going to put in some of the darker areas now, just so I can define her cheeks, the forehead. That's all I'm working with for now. So just put marks on them in. So I think I'll use the same tone around her eyes. Make them a little bit bigger. I'll lighten the area just below her nose. Keep this darker line here because this is the shadow from the cheek. This one a bit softer, this side here. I'll soften this tone here. Okay, now I'm working through her eyes a little bit more. So, just painting her eyelids. Should be a lot lighter than that, but for now, just still sketching. above her eyebrow here. Just wipe that out a bit. Her nose needs to be a tad wider here. Yep, that's not too bad for now. Yeah, so for now I'm just sketching out features. You know, these will change considerably throughout the painting as I progress. So okay, that's not too bad. Her eyes are beginning to take shape now, so just working in her cheek here, top of her cheekbone, just putting the light areas, trying to figure out where the light, well, I'm not really figuring it out, it's on in the reference picture, but you know, just painting them in for now. Yeah, I think I'm happy with the face. For now, you know, and then later on I'll work into it some more. Maybe put a bit in the nose here. But yeah, I think this is okay for now. Okay, so I'm working these parts here, just below the neck. This is the light area there. You can see her neck. The side of her neck here. We'll come over here a little bit more. Like that. We need to go in with a darker tone here beneath the jawline. To be a bit darker than that. Not too bad. A bit darker here. Some light tones here on the chest. Yeah, all the time I'm stepping back, just making sure it's in proportion. Some dark tone here, or darker tone rather. As you can see, I'm using quite a small brush for this part, so I think I'll use a thicker brush. Okay. But again, at this stage, I'm not fussed if the colours are spot on. I'm just still drafting it out. So this area will be, although this tone I've blended here isn't too bad, I'll probably stick with this. Needs to be a little lighter here. fleshy, orangey tone, I guess you'd call it. Either on bit, yeah. So yeah, about there, almost right. I think I need to bring the torso a little bit further over here, so I'll do that now. Just wipe the brush, load it with some white paint. So you see, here we go. So the side of the torso at the top here will all that there. So it's the same width from about the side of the face to the centre of the nose. So it's about what? It's about that far. So I'll come over here. It's about here. Yeah, it needs to be about there. Okay, I think with a very light bluey grey colour, I'll block in the dress. This. Let's get some colour down for now. Don't have to worry too much about it being exact. It's quite a bluey dress. Bluey, I see some blues in there, bluey greys, whites. Just blocking it in for now. And here at the bottom of the dress, this bit needs to come out a bit more. Yeah, please excuse my croaky voice. I think I'm getting a bit sick. Got a cold. Okay. Block that in quickly. Wrapped it about there. Yeah, it's coming. I think it's coming together pretty nicely now. Okay, so I think I'll block in a few more flesh tones. Okay. Needs to be lightened a little bit. Yeah, you see now I've brought the torso out a bit more here. I'm going to have to bring the arm back a little bit further, but I'll do that when I work into the background. So for that reason, this part of the forearm here will have to come down a bit, which isn't too bad. I think it should have been there to begin with. But you see, you're just tweaking things out as you go, you know. That's what I do. So hand, about here, thumb, and up here somewhere like that. And the chest area down a little bit more. And the top of the dress is a little bit further down. It's about But yeah, just keep tweaking things as you go, you know, keep looking at your reference picture. I think I'll whiten the dress a little bit, just so we've got some contrast between the dress and the flesh. Got a bit of blue on there. So I'll have to work it out later. But yeah, for now I've got some contrast going on. Okay, that's not too bad actually. It's the same colour, so I think I'm more out with that. Trying to paint in the pattern of a dress. Loosely for now, well, you know, I'll work into it a bit more later, but for now, just still sketching it out, sketching everything out, you know. Okay, just comes about there. See how it is, kind of a bluey colour, so I'll block that in. Yeah, I think I'll loosely put in the necklace. And yeah, I think that's shaping up pretty good now. It's just a case of going in and fine tuning everything. I'm just putting some light tones here, just so you can see some definition in the bottom of the dress. So yeah, I'm happy with that for now. You know, make sure you stay tuned for my next video. This is part one. In part two, I hope to get it finished. It might take 3 parts. Just depends how it goes, you know. So thank you for watching and thank you for bearing with me. So, okay, take care. See you later.